All right, let's see if this, okay, it does work. All right, I'll have to whisper so I'm not yelling at y'all. All right, well, thank you all for staying for Bible class. And as Isaac mentioned earlier, next week is our Mission Emphasis Sunday. The entire collection will go directly towards missions. So as a part of that, the week before, we're going to go over what has happened with your funds over the course of this year. So to start out here, this is going to be a kind of a flyover. There's a lot of works and a lot of things going on, so I'm not going to be able to spend a whole lot of time on each work. But if you want to know more, you can always reach out to me or to any of the members of the missions committee, Rob, Mark, Cecil, Isaac, Skylar, Peyton. I think that's everybody. Matt Jones too. And if I missed anybody, they can get on to me for that. But here we go. Oh, well, it is on. Oh, wait, here we go. All right. So missions here at Chapel Hill runs out of two budgets. These budgets don't intermingle, and they come from different sources and go. Some of them go to the same places, and some of them are different. First off, the missions budget. This budget is from your weekly contributions that are taken up every week. Most of that consists of preacher support, and then there's the Mission Sunday budget, which is from the one-time collection from the Mission Emphasis Sunday. There we go. All right, so out of the missions budget, we support India, mostly preacher support for Mike Glover in the UK, support for the City of Children in Mexico, in Africa, the Brightland Christian Orphanage, preacher support, missionary support for the Fergusons in Tanzania, Victor Akande in Nigeria, and missionary support for Kozi Mapofu in Zimbabwe. Also for Alex Giardo in Brazil, 21st Century Missions and World Bible School. Out of the Mission Sunday budget, these are the particular works that we support from the Mission Emphasis Sunday. Of course, India, we're the overseeing congregation for the work in India, the City of Children, Zimbabwe, the work there, Churches of Christ Disaster Relief, South African Missions, the Athens International Bible Institute, Benny Lika in Greece, Home Missions, the work in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, the Rainbow Omega Trip, the Telugu Bible translation with Elijah Sanamanda, and the Arusha, Tanzania mission with Todd Storks. So we're going to move into these individually. I got to mean it when I press the button, I guess. Okay, India missions. The mostly focuses out of the Telepatagoon Church of Christ. There are 24 total congregations that are supported through this work in Andhra Pradesh, India. Saha Venga, many of you know and have met Saha. He is the primary missionary we support there, as well as his son, Sahan, and Jivan and Abraham. We are the primary supporting congregation for this work, and because of that, a lot of our funds are focused towards this. There are other congregations in this area, such as Riggs and Unionville, and there are others that also support this work, or missionary preachers, either through preacher support or one-time donations as well. There are many programs active across multiple congregations there in India, which we're going to get into that more here in a minute. The Andhra Pradesh School of Preaching Ministries, there are 23 students that are going to be graduating in December. The new group will start in January. Let's see here. There are many church edification classes that are going on that they constantly are doing these. They've done it at 16 places so far this year at the different congregations there. Medical and educational help for poor families there, and the semi-orphans. It's difficult here in America being a single mother, and in India, the culture is a little bit different. Usually the men are the primary breadwinners of the household. Most of the women stay home. So when a father dies and it's just the mother and the child, financially it's very, very, very stringent upon them. So there's 10 semi-orphan children that we're supporting monthly through this work. Mission progress. 78 baptisms in the last 9 months throughout the congregations there. They are all doing well. Brother Rob and Brother Mark visited earlier this year. These are Saha's stats, and I'm sure they're completely accurate. They said they visited 22 places and met almost 800 Christians there and met 27 preachers. That trip was a great success. There was a lot that Rob and Mark were able to see from that work. And if you're really curious about it, they did a full class on it. It's on YouTube if you want to look it up, and you can learn more than we have time for here. Their current needs going forward: finishing the church buildings, medical help for 2 families. Always more bore wells. They drill a lot of wells in India, which is great because the sustainable water is hard to come by. New buildings in a lot of these village areas. They want to build 6 new buildings and bathrooms and baptistries. Let's see here. Continue the current work. And I didn't want to make this presentation all about numbers. I wanted to make it more about the work that's being done. But seeming as we are the primary supporting congregation, I kind of left some of these up here. To continue the current work in India, buildings, bore wells, and baptistries, and more, and more to just continue the work. I'm skipping ahead of myself. 23:6, as you can see on the board. There's a lot more that they want. Goals for 2026: buildings, bore wells, baptistries, and more. And you see the total there. Goal for 2026 is 75. Please continue with your prayers and support for the Lord's work in India. Got some pictures here. I'm sure you recognize 2 of those folks there towards the middle. These are the preachers that are supported through the work and of the many congregations there. And this was the preachers' meeting while Rob and Mark were there. These are the students at the school there, learning the preaching school. This is the semi-orphans that we support, and it says one is not in attendance, but that's the car. The car. We bought this car through your support for the Lord's work in India. This was it's been a great asset to the work, and they're able to get around between the congregations. I'm sure Rob and Mark spent a lot of time in it while they were there. Let's see here. This is one of the visits that they made to one of the church buildings there. Zimbabwe missions. Okay, we're going to kind of go through a year-to-date summary. We'll talk about the African School of Bible Missions and discipleship, outreach, and future plans from this particular work here that we've also supported. They've conducted check-ins at their previous congregations. This year so far, they've planted 3 new congregations and over 25 baptisms. Also added wells for the communities there. 2 of the old pumps were replaced with solar systems, and 1 new borehole was drilled, and the solar pump has been installed. The African School of Bible Missions, 8 students have graduated this year, and there are 13 currently enrolled. They collaborate with the Bear Valley Institute there in Zimbabwe. And let's see. They conducted several workshops, women's workshop, the joy of mentoring, men's workshop, perseverance and resilience in ministry. They also conducted a youth workshop, technology and faith, and finding identity in Christ. They conducted a marriage seminar with over 120 in attendance. Also distributing over 500 Bibles and songbooks across the provinces there. Future plans for 2026. Progress Nikube, I'm sorry if I mispronounced this individual's name, has joined the team working in education administration. And there's work to establish a university project. They've secured some land near, I can't say that name, but it's been promised for the school use. And 2 mission groups are confirmed to be traveling there in 2026 to visit. These are some of the pictures from the work there. There's Cozy. I'm sure you see him in the bottom. Well, I guess it'd be your left too. So baptisms and a lot of good work being done. The Athens International Bible Institute in Greece. This work is with Benny Lika and his wife, Sonila. We're going to discuss about the Athens International Bible Institute and the church ministries there in Greece. They have newly enrolled 7 new students. This is the most since COVID. The school has really been struggling with enrollment. Benny is Benny serves full-time as a teacher and dean of the school, and Sonila oversees the school preparation, meals, and the women's and children's ministry. And one of their new students is from Pakistan, I believe, and they're going to work on studying this Urdu language that is spoken to try to reach more souls in that particular area. Let's see here. The Avuru Church of Christ has had 2 recent baptisms. The Benny continues weekly preaching, and others weekly preaching in English and in Greek. They conduct many home Bible studies, and they conducted a few vacation Bible schools in, let's see, where's that? Ah, yes, perfect. In Corsa, Albania, and also in Athens, Greece. Partnered with the Krivhall Church of Christ. Let's see. They've also done some encouragement visits to the congregation in Corsa, Albania, and there's another congregation that I believe they established it just a few years ago in Crete that they also visited as well this year. There's Benny. Many of y'all have met Benny before. Those are the 2 recent baptisms. Gentleman and his wife. I believe these are some of the students from the Institute. There's some pictures from the vacation Bible schools. They conducted 2, one in Athens and in Corsa, Albania. And I just spoke with Matt before the class, and there's been some, I don't know all the particulars, and I hope I don't mess any of this up, but I wanted to share it with you. The congregation that primarily supports the Institute, let me back up right here, has cut some of their funding for 2026. So we don't know much at this moment in time how that's going to affect things, but we'll try to keep everyone updated on that. Let me circle back. Belo Horizonte, Brazil. This is Alex Giardo and family. Sorry, Alex, if I'm mispronouncing your name. We're going to talk about some training and leadership development that they've done there, and some the Future Ministers training camp that was conducted this year. Let's see. Alex Giardo's the missionary we support there through preacher support. His main focus is on evangelism and leadership training. The church in Brazil continues to grow in the faith as well. They conduct many personal Bible studies, one-on-one evangelism for spiritual growth, weekly discipleship groups. They work through the Bear Valley Extension School there. They just hosted a class on the scheme of redemption for education there, taught in Belo Horizonte. Let's see. There's the Academia de Regentes. I don't know if I'm saying that right. They've taught advanced biblical education for future church leaders. It's 1 year worship leader academy in Recife, and there are 3 students currently enrolled. And this also is through the Bear Valley Extension School. This is a big one they do every year, the Future Ministers Training Camp. This year they hosted it in the Amazon rainforest. There's a picture here earlier. Here in a minute, I'll have to show you. But over 50 men trained this year during the camp. They focus on practicing preaching, personal evangelism, and local outreach in their communities. Alex was there and led a lot of and taught a lot of the activities there. That's Alex and his family. Some of the discipleship group pictures, and this is the Future Ministers Training Camp that they host in the Amazon rainforest. And I don't know if y'all can see in the pictures the giant fence that's behind them there. I don't know if that's their whole area fenced in or if they're just keeping the animals out. But great work there in Brazil. All right, moving on to Nigeria. Victor Akande. Victor Akande is actually a graduate of the Athens International Bible Institute. And he is working there in Nigeria. And we'll talk about his, they did a mission trip to the Benin Republic and the Jankata Ibadan Church of Christ there in Nigeria. They took the mission trip to the Benin Republic. He spent a week there. In the mornings, he would spend in the market preaching, and also in the evenings, he would go house to house. They baptized 3 souls there. The work was a success. There's some pictures from it here in a moment that I'll show you. The Jankata Ibadan Church of Christ, they've visited some congregations that they had previously established. This is kind of the hub for the area. Let's see. There's a preacher's training school. The new 2-year program began in February of 2024. So the new graduates ought to graduate in February 2026. Unfortunately, I didn't get a number on how many students they're currently having, but their graduation will be coming up soon. and continue preaching and teaching there at the local congregation as well. These are some pictures from the mission trip to the Benin Republic. One of the gentlemen that was baptized there. And this is a picture from the congregation there in Jakarta. Chimala, Tanzania. Now, we support the Ferguson family. I'd like to encourage you on YouTube back in September, I believe it was. The Fergusons were here, and during the Bible class hour, he did a full report on the work. A lot more than I'm able to give you here. I would encourage you to watch that if you haven't. Let's see. We're going to discuss some ministry highlights from this year and some goals and current needs. The Ferguson family have been full-time missionaries there since 2021. I believe I remember the meeting when we first met with them when they were planning on going there at the very start. This is under the oversight, this entire work is under the oversight of the Del Rey Church of Christ in Montgomery, Alabama. And there are 5 key works with the Chimala missions. The primary and secondary school there, the school of preaching, the mission hospital, the farm program, and estate management. And we'll get into some of those here in a moment. The Chimala school, the primary school is currently instructing over 400 students daily with Bible classes as well. The secondary school currently houses 120 students. The Chimala School of Preaching, it's a 2-year program. Each class is about 10 to 20 new preachers focusing on evangelism campaigns, seminars, and instruction from the World Bible School. The hospital and farm, it's a 128-bed hospital, and they're currently able with full service maternity, pediatrics, surgery, HIV care, and also X-ray imaging. The farm program creates income through the crops that they're able to grow, gardens, cattle, poultry. It's a 700-plus acre maintained site for residents, visitors, and also workers of the farm. Goals and current needs. Number 1, continue to make disciples. It's a growing work, and through the preaching school, they're able to affect a lot of people. They plan on doing a women's teacher training seminar this next year. Also running many evangelism campaigns. I think they also partner with Gospel Chariot, if I'm not mistaken. Laundry machines for the school and septic repair for the primary school as well. There's another work in Tanzania that we supported through our one-time. Oh, wait, I'm skipping ahead of myself. These are some of the pictures of the work there. I believe that's Nathan on the left there. One of the church buildings there as well. Some of the other images from the work itself. There's another work that we support in Arusha, Tanzania. This is through a one-time. Todd Storks is the missionary that we supported there. We'll discuss some about the Arusha Bible School. It's to open in February. The curriculum is finalized and nearing completion. This facility will include teacher's lounge, personal study area, and sewing classroom for a vocational ministry in a 2-year Bible program. They have been preparing for the Tanzanian Leadership Conference, and I wonder if the folks in Chimala, I imagine they know about this. From what I understand, the 2 areas are somewhat far apart. But it's a 4-day event seminar with different lectureships and stuff. This year's theme is igniting the church's love for preaching. They've had some challenges lately with vehicle maintenance, which is it's status quo in Africa. The different other works that we've talked to as well. Everybody has vehicle problems in Africa, which the roads are terrible. So Somerset West, South Africa. This work was formerly led by Paul Gerber. He passed away in late 2024, if I'm not mistaken. They've had a hard winter. It's been very cold. The weather's been terrible. Their winter, being in the southern hemisphere, is during our summer, and it has affected the work. Their attendance levels have been down recently, but hopefully with the seasons turning, that'll start to change. But despite that, two baptisms in July, and now total 15 for the year. Paul's wife Hetty has sold her home and is now planning on moving in with her niece, I believe. But the work as a whole is sound. City of Children. I was hoping to be able to give y'all more on the City of Children. Many of you are aware of the incident of the little boy who unfortunately passed away there. All the paperwork is finished. Everything is ready, rock and roll to go. They're essentially wading through government red tape at this moment in time. There are individual hearings that are taking place with all the administrators and different individuals that work there. There's no date yet as to when the children will come back, but hopefully we'll get a date soon. There is a date set, and I don't know what it is, but there is a date set for 2026 for our group to go there as well.
What happened with the little boy dying? Was that an accident or illness or what?
Yes, ma'am, it was an accident. From what I understand, he fell down a well. But I'm sorry?
That's all right. I didn't understand what she said.
Oh, I think the incident, there was a well, and I think the covering broke, from what I understand, and he fell through it. This was back in 2024, I believe. Am I right? Am I correct on those facts?
Well, we were there.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
You're right. He drowned.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. All right. Let's see. Moving on. Cusco, Peru. I don't have much to report here either. The Alu Church of Christ. We support Elvis and Yolanda through this work. Percy has left the work there, and they're currently working to find a new missionary to fill his role. At this moment in time, Elvis and Yolanda are taking on his portion of the work, and they're really looking. From what I understand, I read briefly that they have found some new prospects, so hopefully that'll be resolved very soon. United Kingdom, Mike Glover was just here, I think maybe a week or two ago. It was good seeing him. He did a wonderful class on Sunday night, which is also on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to listen to it. We'll talk about some continued growth here. And if you're not aware, and we met with Mike while I was here. I didn't get to talk to Fumi much, unfortunately. But there's been a lot of social and political unrest in the UK right now. If you're not aware, look it up. It might take some time to wade through it all. But if you're interested, but it's caused quite a bit of social unrest. And there's even been so far as direct persecution towards Christians by individuals and by the government there. It's been kind of scary, honestly, when we were discussing it with Mike while he was here. Although continued growth despite that, they had a recent baptism back in September. Let's see here. And they had a Friends and Family Day that they also hosted recently. This is the Ogden Village Hall. This is where they meet every week on Sundays and Wednesdays. Some pictures from the, man, can't really see those well, but that's okay. This is some pictures from the Family Fun Day they hosted recently. But the work there is going well despite the persecution and social unrest. Brightland Christian Orphanage. Jonathan Oliver was just here as well. Tis the season. It's a good time of year to hear about all these things, these different works that are going on. He did a very comprehensive report on the work going in Cameroon, Africa, just a few weeks ago as well. That is also on YouTube, and I would encourage you to watch it if you haven't, for a more comprehensive review than we have time for here. We'll review some of the work here and the current status of things that are going on. Currently caring for 29 children at the work, which operates through the Watutu Church of Christ there. Their goal is to provide a safe, loving, and faith-centered home for these kids. Unfortunately, they have to turn many away. They can only handle so many, and sometimes the government will force them to take care. I think one of the kids in particular, I think his name was Jonathan. No, that might not be right. Joseph. I was close. Thank you so much. Joseph, that they had recently taken on, that the government was just like, you got to take him. So let's see here. All the children are doing well. The home is structurally sound. There's been some regional issues between the, I think it's Emma boys and the French military. Jonathan went into that more in detail while he was here. It's created some safety issues here and there that they're working on negating. And they also have a few upcoming needs. Let's see here. They're working on replacing the window nets for their larger windows, a new backup generator with a solar kit, some plumbing repair, and they're looking to paint the building inside and out, replace bed sheets and things of that nature in 2026. So those are upcoming needs. Rainbow Omega, I think this is the second year. Skylar could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the second year they visited this particular work. Rainbow Omega is in Estaboga, Alabama. It's a home for individuals with mental and physical disabilities. Our youth group traveled there this past summer and worked in the garden center, in the greenhouse, and prepared some irrigation systems for the outside flower beds, trimmed back some branches, and weeded in the blueberry fields, just helping to clean up around the area there and get some work done. They also detailed the vans that are on campus there, spent time with the residents, and held a devotional there. This is a good work that we've been a part of for the past 2 years. And let's see, I got some pictures here from the work, spending time with some of the residents there. And the group at the garden center there. That's, from what I understand, the garden center is how they pay for a lot of the, it's how they fund the work partially there. Telugu Bible translation. This is through Elijah Santamanda, and they're working to do a modern translation of the Bible into Telugu. There's an old translation from a long time ago, and like he had talked to us about it before. Like some words, like the word for rainbow, for example, it's not a word in Telugu, so they have to come up with. Well, in that previous translation, they used some type of Hindu reference to reference what a rainbow is in the word, because there's just not a word for rainbow. There's a few other instances that he had told us about. Okay, I think we're going to be all right. That he had told us about in that. But they're working on this modern translation. This is going to be a big deal. It's estimated over 100 million people, there are speakers of this language worldwide, which most prominently in Andhra Pradesh, India. All books have been translated. There's still some edits continuing. The New Testament's almost done. I think they're on the second edit. The third edit is the finish line. I believe Matthew's hit the finish line, and all the books of the New Testament are in the second edit. The Old Testament's a little more difficult. I think all of them are at least in the first edit, but they'll have about 2 more to go through. So they're moving forward with it, which this is a tremendous deal. We had talked to them about it previously as well. They were going to have a group from China print them, and then they'll ship to India. So this would be a great deal when this is complete. Churches of Christ Disaster Relief. We've supported this work for many years. They're based out of Nashville. They work through local churches, and they will send aid to a local church in a disaster area, and then allow that church to work with them to distribute it to the individuals affected by various disasters. I know they were in Hawaii when the fires were going on. They were in a lot of different areas. I know they were in North Carolina during the Hurricane Helene. There's a lot that they do each and every year. I believe the total for 2024 was $7 million sent, and so far this year it's been over $4 million, 187 shipments to 18 different states. This is a great work here. I'm glad to be able to support it. 21st Century Global Missions. Don Roberson was here not too long ago. He's the missionary we support through there. Their goal through 21st Century Missions is to recruit individuals in their own country, educate them, and then send them back out in their own country with their own language and culture to preach to the individuals there. They have 24 schools in 13 foreign countries. This is the list here: Ukraine, Belarus, Mexico, and many others. Honduras, Nigeria, Peru, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, and others. World Bible School. This is an online school. They're focused on equipping Christians to fulfill the Great Commission. There's a ton of resources. I don't know if you've ever checked it out online, but there's a ton of resources through World Bible School, different classes and all sorts of things. And many people just only have to have internet access to reference it, and it's a great asset all over the world, especially in areas where things like paper and whatnot aren't as prevalent. Let's see here. Home missions. This is an interesting work. They've mostly focus right here in the States. And their goal is to revive dying congregations here in the States. They'll or congregations that are trying to boost their numbers and get things going again. Alan Stevens is he's the liaison for our area. They focus on encouraging, equipping, and evangelizing. Is Mark Black in here? No, he isn't. Where is Mark? Huh. All right then. But him and I actually attended one of these seminars in Eagleville at the Church of Christ there. They had come out. It was their first, I think it was their first night or second night, and they were talking about some of the different ways that they run this program. The night we were there, they were discussing what they called the habanero ministry, which focused on bringing back old faces that you haven't seen in a while and getting them back involved in the congregation. It was an interesting seminar. We were there for a long time. I think it was like 9:30 when we shut it down, but it was good. It was good to be a part of and good to witness some of the work that they do. As of August, they reported 820 baptisms across the United States, and the total for 2024 was 1174. Now I know that was very fast, a lot of things, but like we said, we only have so much time. There's a lot of works here. After listening to Isaac's lesson, we are a partnership in this, and after hearing some of the things he was saying this morning, I think I'll make I'm not sure that the contact information for all these missionaries is in our directory. So I'm going to I'll make a sheet, their emails. I know each and every one of them would be highly encouraged and happy to receive any type of email of support, encourage, even just saying, hey, we love you. Hey, we're praying for you. I know each and every one of them would be extremely encouraged by it. That's all I have. I'm gonna put that paper together and I'll get it out with the church email. We're very blessed here in Chapel Hill. We're very blessed to be able to have the funds to be able to support these works and these individuals who labor every day. And I would encourage each and every one of you to also labor here at home in partnership with them in spreading the gospel. We'll close now with a prayer. Our Father in heaven, we are so grateful to come before you this morning. So grateful to have had the opportunity to lift songs of praise to your name, Father, to hear a portion of your word. We're grateful that you left us the work to do, Father, to spread your word. We ask that you be with us, Father, each and every day as we go out into our communities, into our workplaces, and the people that we interact with, Father, to spread your word, Father. Father, I pray a blessing upon each and every one of these men and women that we support in the mission field, Father. I pray a full measure, packed down, shaken together, of blessing upon them, good health, of strength, and fruitfulness in each of their ministries, Father. I pray help them in the ways that they need, help them to overcome the obstacles that they face, and I pray that the local governments and different authorities in these areas across the world will not be a hindrance to the gospel, Father. And I pray that these things can be overcome. I pray for safety. I pray for peace. Father, continue to be with us each and every day as we work to do your will and light up the darkness. We ask this prayer in Christ's name. Amen.